welcome back to my channel. So I want to remind you guys of a few things just before I jump on into this video. If you did not watch my video, I think a couple videos back, I don't know when exactly I'm going to be posting this. It was my, I guess, channel update and announcement video. I highly suggest you go and watch it. I talk about the merchandise that I just released, and I talk about a couple of other changes on my channel, obviously by the name of the video. But one of the main ones that I want to remind you guys about is that I love taking case suggestions from you guys. That's where I get all of these cases. That's how I cover these smaller cases that I do. In order to organize things a lot better, I've decided to no longer take case suggestions from my emails or my DMs across any social media. I created a form for you guys to fill out online, super easy. It lays all the information out that you need to give me that's required. It's going to make things a lot easier on everybody. You can kind of do it at your own time, not worry about having to send me an email. It's just, it makes things a lot easier. So just as a reminder, if you have a case suggestion, please check the link down in my description box. I have it labeled. Click on it, you go straight to the form. Super easy to fill out. So today's video is a pretty large update video. I have another one that I want to film, but this one is particularly important for me to film and put up as fast as possible. I really wanted to get this up last week, but again, because I was really sick, I did not have the chance to. So I'm going to be talking about a few cases today. Two of them are just very small updates, and then the third one is one that I kind of did not expect, I guess you could say. So the first one is an update in the Kevin Esterly and Amy Yu case. Now, Kevin Esterly and Amy Yu, it was the 16-year-old girl that ran away with the older male. They were from Pennsylvania, and I just did this recently, so I'm sure you all probably remember it. Well, they were found. They were actually found, I think, only 12 days after she went missing. Mexican police actually put out an Amber Alert for Amy because they were spotted the day she went missing in an airport in Dallas. And when they tracked everything down, they were headed to, I think it was Cancun. I couldn't find really the answer. I think different news sites gave me about 4 or 5 different locations they were said to have been at, but either way, they were located and taken into custody. They were escorted back to Miami by U.S. Homeland Security and the U.S. Marshals. Amy was obviously immediately taken to the hospital to be checked out and then flown back to her hometown, and Kevin was held in Miami. He agreed to go back to Pennsylvania to face charges. So I mentioned that he would be facing charges with interference with child custody, and that is exactly what is happening. I also mentioned in the previous video that I wasn't sure how exactly that was going to fall into place. It is actually considered a third-degree felony, and he will have to register for 15 years as a sex offender. And right now his bail is set to $500,000. The day that I'm filming this, I think it's the 3rd? Monday the 2nd. What's today? Tuesday. Oh my goodness. The 2nd, my brain, I'm sick. Monday the 2nd of April, he was supposed to have a preliminary hearing, but for some reason they asked for a continuation, so I guess we will see what happens with that. So one thing that actually is really irritating the piss out of me with this case is the fact that when you go online to search, my first train of thought was, is she okay? And you can't find that pretty much anywhere online. I think I found 1 or 2 different areas that had like one sentence at the end of all this drama, and then like at the very bottom it said Amy Yu is safe, and I'm like, okay, but like, is she actually all right? Like, is she home with her parents? Like, there is nothing that actually talks about this girl who in this circumstance 100% is the victim in this case. He manipulated her. I find it kind of irritating that they're putting so much focus on him and not if Amy is okay. I don't know. From what I've seen, she's fine, safe, whatever that means, but I hope, honestly, she is getting any therapy that she needs, any help that she needs. I hope her family is doing okay. I hope they are figuring this out together, and it kind of sucks that, you know, there's nothing that really states if everyone is, you know, all right. It just kind of drives me crazy. So the next update is on Ryan Shtuka. He went missing from Kamloops in British Columbia, Canada, and I don't have a massive update to his case, but I know you guys always just want any updates I can get you. So Ryan was the one who left with friends after a party. He worked at a ski resort, and somehow in his 5-minute walk home, he disappeared. So at this point, what we've all been waiting for is finally starting to happen. Things are starting to thaw out, snow is melting, and so they're really going in. I think they bust over 40 people in to do a search just last weekend. There's no sign at all that he left the area, and his mother at this point says that the chances that he's still alive, she knows, are very slim to none, but they just really need closure. I'm not sure if they still need volunteers. You can go and check out their Facebook page. I will have it listed down below to see. I know a lot of you guys said you were in the area and you wanted to go help if you could, so please do if they need it. Now on to the very last update, and this update is on David Gibson Smith, and I know a lot of you are already very well aware of this. Since I couldn't get a video out, I posted about it to all of my different social media platforms, and you guys are really great about just following the cases on your own. But unfortunately, in late February, remains were found by hikers in the woods of the Green Ridge State Forest in Flintstone, Maryland. Now, it took them about half a month to identify the remains. I'm assuming they had been out there for quite a while, and through dental records they were able to positively identify these remains as David Gibson Smith. Now, if you don't remember this story, just a quick recap. He was living with his parents. He said to his parents he was moving out one weekend, and instead he went to go visit one girl up somewhere in Maryland, then went instead to see another girl. This girl claimed she dropped him off at this property, and then now somehow he ended up about an hour and a half, I think it is, away from where he was supposedly left. Because, again, I'm just guessing, the state that the remains were in, time and cause of death have been listed as undetermined. I had a couple of people, when I posted this, ask exactly what this means. Obviously, bodies go through a process after someone passes away, and there comes a certain point when, if there's no physical trauma or you know, when there's not much left behind, unfortunately you don't have much to go off of. It's hard to test anything to find out when exactly the person passed away. There's not really anything to test to see, you know, maybe there are drugs in the system, maybe they, you know, were hit in the head, if it didn't, you know, leave any marks on the bone or anything like that. It's just kind of hard to determine, so it's listed as undetermined. Unfortunately, also, people asked if that would change after further testing. I don't think it will. They don't normally change it. The same thing happened in the Ashanti Billy case. Sometimes there's just no sign left behind of what exactly happened, and unfortunately in this case that is what's happened. So now his case is an active death investigation. This is not over yet. At least I personally am still left with more questions than any sort of answer. You know, he was said to have been left by this girl in the area of 2000 Woodbine Road in Woodbine, Maryland, and somehow he ended up an hour and a half away. He didn't have a car on him because she had his car, and in that case, that means he got a ride from somebody who saw him that day. He rode a bus, which means anyone on the bus could have seen him. The bus driver could have seen him. There might be footage somewhere. That just opens up more possibilities that someone saw him that is a long distance to travel, and you don't just not see anyone along the way. There are definitely people out there who saw him that day or might know what happened. If there was foul play, maybe something happened, someone took him out there. Either way, somebody knows something and they're choosing to not come forward. So Howard County Police Department is asking anyone that knows anything to come forward with any sort of tips to please do so. You can consider going to Crime Stoppers. Everything there is anonymous. I will leave a phone number as well as an email down below to put tips into as well if you have any information in regards to David Gibson Smith's case. I send my deepest condolences and thoughts to the family. I personally didn't get a chance to speak to his parents. I know that John Lorden had a whole interview with them where you really got to see what these families go through, and this is one case that has been just in the back of my mind constantly. constantly since I covered it. And I don't know, I hope more answers come, because it's one thing for there to be partial closure, but when it just brings more questions with it, I can't even imagine the new level of frustration and heartbreak they're feeling. So all my thoughts go straight to them. But that is it for my updates video. I will have another updates video on some of the smaller things happening in cases that I have already covered, hopefully coming soon. As I said in my channel changes and announcement video, if you haven't watched it, again, please do. There's a lot of information in it that I need you guys to see. I have a lot of traveling coming up soon, so I'm probably going to be putting out smaller videos on Wednesdays, just so I can, you know, have a little bit of time to enjoy the different things that I'm going to be doing later this month. I will be at Playlist, I will be at Crime Con, meeting you guys, hopefully networking with a lot of different people that could benefit this channel. And I'm super excited and just want to thank you guys for being so awesome and, you know, supporting this channel and supporting the reason why I'm here and the people that we cover. I say it in almost every video, but I literally can't thank you enough, and you guys have given me so many crazy opportunities. So that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and go, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.
I just assumed I'd play the part of keeping you in the right direction. No matter how your confidence may fall, I'll be here as your foundation. And I say